Hello everyone and welcome to Willa Dean's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a creamy garlic and mushroom sauce. So what I have here is 8 ounces of baby Bella mushrooms that we're going to have to slice up and get them ready to get into the sauce. We also have some chopped onions here that we're going to use. We have some sliced garlic for the sauce. We have salt and pepper. It's a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. We have 2 tablespoons of butter. We have some chopped thyme and some chopped oregano in this little bowl here. And of course we have our heavy whipping cream, half a cup of heavy whipping cream to go into the sauce. And I have some vegetable stock here, about a half a cup of vegetable stock. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it all, but we're going to use at least a 1/4 cup of this vegetable stock. So the first thing we have to do is get our mushrooms sliced and diced and ready to go into the pan. Okay, so we have let our skillet heat up here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some of this butter into the skillet. So we have these 2 tablespoons of butter here. And then we're going to put some olive oil in there as well. The olive oil prevents the butter from burning because butter has a low burning point, a low temperature point for burning. So we're going to put this in here, get this going. And the next thing we're going to add is our sliced garlic. Add our sliced garlic to the pan. And we're going to let that go for about a minute or so. The garlic should get brown around the edges. And when we add the garlic to the oil here, it kind of infuses the oil with the flavor of the garlic, so that's good. That's what we're looking for, lots of flavor here. Next thing we're going to do is add our chopped onions here. Get all of those onions in there. And let those saute. And it's already smelling good in here, so the garlic and the onions put off a nice aroma, and that means lots of flavor in your dish. So as we let these go here. Now our next item, of course, are our lovely mushrooms that we're going to add as well. So we're going to add these mushrooms in here. Get all those mushrooms. And we're just going to kind of toss these a little, get those mushrooms going. Now, the thing about mushrooms is when I was growing up, we didn't like mushrooms, or we said we hated mushrooms, but we never really ate them. So we didn't know. It was just the idea, maybe the thought of the mushroom itself that made me believe as a child that I didn't like them. So as I became an adult and started experiencing food in a different mindset, I realized that mushrooms are very good and flavorful. So we have to let these cook now. What's going to happen is it looks dry at the moment, but you know mushrooms contain a lot of moisture, so this moisture will come out as they start to cook. So we're going to add our salt and pepper here. All right, get that salt and pepper in there. Toss these a little bit more. And as you can see, they're starting to cook down a little bit here. So this is probably going to have to go for 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll start seeing that moisture be released in the mushrooms. Okay, so these mushrooms have been cooking for about 3 minutes now, and you can see they're releasing lots of moisture into the pan here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put a splash of white wine in here just to give it that nice flavor. Just a little bit of white wine there. I'm going to let that cook for a minute. Let the wine cook and kind of cook out the alcohol flavor of the wine, or cook the alcohol out of the wine. And there we go. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our cream and our vegetable stock. So I'm just going to bring this up to temperature again, let it bubble a little. It smells great though. It's a nice flavor that you get from these mushrooms. And so here we go. We're going to add some vegetable stock here. So I used about half of that vegetable stock right now. So that's about 1/4 cup of vegetable stock. We're going to add our heavy cream. There we go. And we're going to add our thyme and oregano. So what we need to do now is let this cook down until it thickens up. It becomes a nice creamy thick sauce here. So we're going to let this cook, and in the meantime I'm preparing some chicken to go with this. So we're going to put our cream sauce over some chicken here. So once this cooks down a little, we'll be back. Okay, so our mushrooms have cooked down. We have a nice sauce here. As you can see, it's thickened up and it's nice and creamy. The smell is good. It smells great. And from here, we can go a couple of directions. We could add some grated cheese to this and serve it over some pasta. We could add some more fresh herbs to it and serve it over our steak or chicken or whatever protein we would like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our chicken ready for this, and then we're going to plate this up. But as you can see, we got a nice creamy sauce, and we're going to get it plated up. I'm just going to have a little taste here because you want to make sure your dishes are seasoned well, but you don't want to over season. I always caution about that. Oh, but the taste is wonderful. Tastes great. It has that wonderful umami mushroom flavor to it, and it's going to go good. Now it looks maybe a little runny, but as it cools down, of course it'll thicken just a little bit more, and it'll go great with your pasta or protein dishes. So we'll get the chicken ready and then we'll be back. Okay, so I decided to add some chicken to our dish for our cream mushroom sauce, and I decided to go a little Southern style here. So we have some We have some grits here that we're going to add to our plate. Some Southern style grits. And it's nice and hot. And I call this creamy grits because I use half milk and half water in my liquid for my grits. So it comes out nice and creamy. And you can actually see that cream in the grits there itself. And then we're going to add our creamy mushrooms that we cooked up, and we're going to add some of that over this chicken here. And that looks great. Then we're going to add some of that creamy mushroom over our grits itself. So there you have it, folks. We have creamy mushroom sauce over some roasted chicken and some creamy grits. Now, the real test of how much flavor we have here is to go in and let's have a taste. So we're going to go in and get a little bit of this grits here with the mushroom sauce. It tastes wonderful. Just great. You would love this, especially if you love grits and you love mushrooms. This is a dish for you. I want to thank you for viewing Willa Dean's Kitchen, and please hit the like button and subscribe for my video channel. You know, we want to bring recipes that you will love and you will enjoy making for you and your family. Thank you for viewing, and have a good day.